Whomp. This is my offering to you as I wish to share with you my approach to food preparation. In today's fast-paced world, preparing one's own food from pure natural ingredients has become challenging. I offer my solution with these simple recipes and suggestions for strategizing so you can eat healthfully, simply, and sumptuously. The recipes offer some measurements, and you are welcome to experiment with the proportions you prefer. Lots of variations are offered, and you'll come up with even more as you get into the habit of whomping up your meals. Nothing replaces your love as the primary ingredient. I've gotten into the habit of whomping up my meals when the spirit moves me and easily enjoying the effects later when I'm too busy to stop and cook. With basic preparation having already been done, mealtime feels more like assembling, arranging, and stimulating my appetite. Now, yogic tradition teaches us that hunger and thirst will accompany us our whole lives. Let's prepare for this reality and celebrate these companions as they are referred to in the Aitreya Upanishad. I love feeding my spirit, home, my physical body, and delighting my senses. I share this whole foods plant-based diet approach from my heart, from which I don't just cook, I whomp. This is how you can whomp too. Before bed, we do well to prepare for the morning. Already setting the water to boil in its heater, I place my tea ceremony set and loose tea near my altar for meditation. When my day begins, I drink fresh, pure, filtered, warm water. As my meditation practice shifts, I incorporate tea ceremony with my supplies already prepared at the ready. Tea ceremony. 1 teaspoon loose tea. My preference is jasmine green. 2 cups hot water, which I boil and thermos the night before morning preparation. Place the loose tea in the small teapot. Cover with hot water. 180 degrees is ideal. Place the lid on the pot and brew for 2 minutes. Strain into small decanter, reserving the loose tea for further brewing. Pour the hot golden liquid into the small cylindrical sniffing cup. Have a sniff. Cover the sniffing cup with a small teacup. Hold firmly as you turn both over without spilling its contents. Sniff the empty sniffing cup, enjoying the essence. Have a first sip. Delight. Continue enjoying as you brew again, 2 minutes each time, with up to 4 brews. Caffeine is released from the second brew onward. Personally, I offer the first brew to the 4 guardians that always assist me as I was instructed. The rest of the brews I enjoy. Later, I drink the first brew when I clean up my altar, reviving it with a little hot water if desired. You may enjoy this additional part of the tea ceremony too. Now, in our fast-paced world, we overtax our digestive system, inhaling our meals. Ayurveda teaches us to slow down and give thanks for all the efforts required to bring nutrients from the good Mother Earth to your table. Chewing our drinks and drinking our foods give us pause to appreciate the subtle flavors and prepare the digestive system for what's coming. The following recipe brings us the health benefit of turmeric, shredding it to release and activate its properties, saving you from having to chew enough to get them. In Bali, I have learned the health tonic effects of drinking jamu on an empty stomach. When in Bali, I do as the Balinese do. 6 ounces of fresh raw turmeric juice helps with inflammation and digestive problems. Prepared in advance, it's easy to refrigerate, so it lasts many mornings. Jamu. 2 inches raw turmeric root, 1 quart pure water, agave or maple syrup to taste, squirt of a lime juice as desired. Shred the turmeric, pour water over it in a large bowl, mix with hands, whomp it up, stir it, squeeze it, blend it. Then pour through a strainer, reserving solids for other usage or composting. Now later, I'll share with you the recipes for tempeh or tofu penyet. And you can use the strained solids of the turmeric for that recipe if you like. Then add the sweetener of choice to taste, chill, and serve your jamu as it is or with the squirt of lime. Detoxification made easy. Now breakfast. We are habitual creatures. Choosing healthy habits makes it efficient for me to embody my values. Starting my day with raw, organic, plant-based living cake has been a daily part of my ritual beginning of the day. For years before, I had a favorite vegan protein bar, and I wanted to find a way to recreate it myself. So after years of research and experimentation, I whomped up living cake, and its recipe follows. Living cake. We call it kue hidup in Indonesian. Now you can get 1 package of Trader Joe's Ancient Grains blend of sprouted quinoa, amaranth, chia, and flaxseed. And yet if you don't have a Trader Joe's nearby, or if you prefer, you can sprout your own combination by soaking, draining, rinsing, and germinating. And that takes 1 to 3 days, depending on your climate. Then you'll need 6 scoops of favorite protein powder. I like pea protein. 1 cup of raisins, dates, and other dried fruit as you prefer. 1 jar of your favorite nut butter. Sunflower, cashew, almond, peanut, soy are some I enjoy. 1 cup of nuts or seeds. A dash of salt. 1 teaspoon cinnamon, other spices as you like. 1 teaspoon vanilla. 1 cup liquid sweetener of your choice. Agave, maple, or yini syrup. 1 cup of water to be added to desired consistency. And 1 jar of your favorite jam or spread for topping, with a handful of nuts or seeds to garnish. Initially mix all your dry ingredients. Add all the wet ingredients, reserving the water. Whomp together the dry with the wet, using hands to stir, blend, smush, squeeze, adding enough water to get it to stick together, and then put it in a flat rectangular pan, flatten it down, patting it firm. Now top it with your jar of jam or spread of your choice, and garnish it with the nuts and seeds. Refrigerate it several hours until it's firm. Now that's the basic recipe. The fun comes in your own creative and nutritious variations. Here's a few that I have loved and suggest. Use peanut butter as your nut butter of choice and grape jam for the topping. And now you have peanut butter and jelly living cake. Or if you use sunflower butter and some vegan lemon curd on top, now you have some sunny living cake. If you use almond butter and a cherry spread on top, then you have yummy almond cherry living cake. But I also like to play with changing the spices. So in addition to cinnamon, I will often whomp in some nutmeg, allspice, either together or alone, ground ginger, cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, and now it's a living chai cake. Lemon, orange, lime, as a squeeze or a squirt or zest brightens the flavor and the finish. Alternating the dried fruits contributes variety and nutrition. So the raisins could be omitted or added to other possibilities such as dried cranberry, maybe topped with an orange marmalade. Dried cherries, topped with a dusting of chocolate or chocolate spread. Dried blueberries, topped with blueberry jam. Dried tropical fruits, topped with pineapple marmalade. In the fall or winter, I love to vary my living cake with canned pumpkin, reducing the amount of water that's necessary to add, and then topping it with pumpkin seeds. Obviously, the flavor of protein powder will have its effect, so work with it as your base. Vanilla, perhaps, to begin, and over time, layering flavors of chocolate, vanilla, chai, berry, etc. from soy, almond, dairy, pea, and other sources. I've experimented with savory living cakes using plain protein powder, omitting the sweetener and dried fruits, and instead using a combination of nuts and seeds, goji berries, and seasoning it with salt, herbs, or dried onions, and some heat, like cayenne, to your taste. Over all the years, I felt empowered by my habit of preparing my own vegan organic food bar. I think you will too. I whomp up a batch, and for a couple of weeks, my partner and I are set for breakfast, the most important meal of the day. Eat like a king, the motto goes, and as such, these are made from best ingredients, combinations, and intentions in mind. Whomping in the love. And now anytime there's the first sign of a virus or cold, I drop my intake down. The Bali cure is bubur, the name of wet rice porridge prepared with the healing leaf bay. It's been so effective on my yoga retreats that students started calling our cook Nyoman Dr. Bubur for helping heal their colds, virus, stomach ills. A simple recipe follows. Bubur, 1 cup of rice. Now in the picture, I'm showing black rice. 1 quart of water, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 large or 3 small bay leaves. Rinse the rice. Place it in your rice cooker. Add water, salt, and leaves. Cover and simmer 20 minutes on the stove or until your rice cooker indicates it is complete. Now the rice will have whomped itself into a porridge with just a little stirring. If it's drier than you'd like, simply add a little bit more water. Serve it alone for a cleansing effect. And if you're eating it because you're hungry and you like the taste, you might garnish it with a top of coconut cream or further with cashews. Now, in wanting to offer you these habitual foods and methods of preparing, here's another tasty and delicious morning beverage I enjoyed for years. Letting go of coffee was easy, even in the Java heaven of Seattle and Bali, by switching to the chai habit. While I no longer spice my chill self up this way regularly anymore, you may need this kind of heat in your life. Duriya chai. 1 pound raw ginger. 4 sticks cinnamon. 4 tablespoons ground cinnamon. 4 tablespoons ground or whole cloves. 4 tablespoons ground or whole cardamom. 4 tablespoons ground ginger. 1 cup of sweetener of your choice to taste. Maple syrup, blackstrap molasses have been my favorites. And 1 gallon of water. Now heat the water to boil, adding ingredients, stirring, singing, or chanting, and slowly whomping. Allow to simmer for an hour. Serve all week long as a base, with added black or green tea bags for the additional benefits if desired. I'll pass. It's great with the milk of your choice, almond, soy, dairy, coconut, and it can be served hot or cold. Now I've come to appreciate the simple habit of drinking ginger tea at night. The clear, warm liquid signals my body it's time to cleanse now for the night. Seems like the night janitor who shows up in my sleep appreciates that cleansing fluid. Ginger tea. 1 or 2 inches of raw ginger scraped and sliced. 1 teapot of boiling water. Lemon garnish. Bring the water to boil as you whomp the ginger, removing outer peel and exposing the root's medicinal juices. Slice it up, put it in the teapot, cover with the boiling water, allow it to steep 20 minutes before drinking. Garnish with lemon as generously as you wish. Midday. Now that we've gotten into the habit of preparing in advance to start the day well, we are more likely to carry forward the habit of a healthy and nutritious lunch, the princess of meals. After my royal breakfast, with a lot of good protein and fat, and my living cake, I prefer a fruit-based lunch, seasonally varied. In the warm weather, I love smoothies with fresh, local, organic fruit, whomped up in a blender with a little water, juice, or milk alternative, and the protein powder of choice to keep sugar levels steady. I garnish it with a dollop of almond yogurt and a few crunchy bits of nuts or granola. In the colder weather, I prefer warm fruit baked with granola into a crisp. I serve it with yogurt. Almond yogurt is my friend. So all year round, whomping fruit, granola, and yogurt midday suffices and satisfies. Layering the three into a clear glass or bowl and you've just whomped a parfait. Serve it with milk alternative and it's simply granola with fruit. Occasionally, a warm day in Bali clouds up and rains with chilly winds. The fruit smoothie is then warmed up into fruit soup, served with its crunch and creamy cohorts, granola, and yogurt. Whomp. Smoothie favorites: pineapple, banana, and orange, or pineapple mango, strawberry banana, raspberry, blueberry, cherry, together or alone with a banana, cherry apple, plum, apricot, pluot, nectarine together or alone with apple, pumpkin, banana with cinnamon, and now it's a pumpkin pie smoothie. Banana and a quarter cup quick oats, and now it's an oatmeal cookie smoothie. Banana with nutmeg, and it's an eggnog smoothie. Banana, apple with cinnamon, and it's an apple pie smoothie. Jackfruit, papaya, sirsak, avocado, kiwi, passion, or dragon fruit can be added to any for tropical flavor. Now you want to place the frozen and or fresh fruit chopped into the blender. Add the liquid of your choice, milk alternative, water, juice, or tea. Whomp it in the blender. Add the protein powder of choice and whomp it some more. Serve with a dollop of your favorite yogurt or coconut cream. Garnish with granola, shredded coconut, chopped nuts, or fruit. Crisps. Now, using similar ingredients, we can whomp up a warm crisp for the cooler weather. Using a baking dish, place the fruit in the bottom. Cover the fruit with granola. Bake it a long time at a low temperature for maximum nutritional value from the fruit. "120 degrees or less for a couple of hours is what I often find works for me. Serve with your favorite yogurt. Optional addition of protein powder to the yogurt will increase your protein content, obviously, if desired. Some spicy heat may further benefit from your colder days, as in this prototypical recipe. Peach or pear crisp. 1 teaspoon oil of your choice, olive is my best. 3 pieces of fruit, 1 cup of granola, a half teaspoon cinnamon, a half teaspoon ginger, a quarter cup favorite yogurt, with or without the additional protein powder of your choice. Now pour a small amount of your favorite oil into your baking dish first. I choose the olive. Sprinkle it with the cinnamon and ginger. Now add the chopped fruit. Whomp by tossing lightly until surface of fruit is covered with the oil and the spices. Cover with granola. Bake at 180 degrees for 2 hours. Serve with yogurt. Now, crisp variations are endless. My regular favorites include raspberry with chocolate powder garnish, cherry with almond slivers instead of granola, apple cinnamon, pineapple upside down crisp with the granola on the bottom, then the pineapple on the top as it bakes. Still serve it with the yogurt. Now this is another recipe collection for warm fruit in a similar way. I call it slew. In the Pacific Northwest, we have unusual waterways, which combine salty ocean water with sweet water in inlets that appear and disappear with the seasons, giving rise to small islands. They're naturally beautiful and irregular. They've inspired me to whomp up a super wet crisp, which I've named after the sloughs. They're great during the long wet winters and the dry indoor air. For example, using the peach or pear crisp recipe, try this variation. On the stovetop, start with a small amount of oil over the medium heat into which you add the spices. Heat so the spice gives its essence to the oil. Add fruit and stir to coat the fruit in a small bowl. Now mix the yogurt with protein powder. Turn the heat off. When the fruit has cooled below 118 degrees, add the yogurt mixture, keeping it alive in the right temperature environment. It'll become creamy and wet with the fruit juices, like the geological feature for which it's named. Garnish with granola or nuts of a mix of both for the little islands that appear in the slough. Now another one of my lunch favorites in the cold weather is banana curry. 4 bananas sliced, a 1/4 teaspoon each of fennel, cayenne, mustard seed, sesame seed, and cardamom, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon and ginger, 1 tablespoon oil, olive is my choice, a 1/2 cup coconut milk, cooked rice, cashews for garnish. Now many fruits are happily whomped into a curry. Really ripe and soft fruit, like overripe bananas, can be resurrected this way. Heat the oil over medium heat until a test sesame seed pops. Add the 7 spices in separate piles, allowing a moment for them to offer their specific vibration. Whomp together the spices, adding the bananas, then the coconut milk. Allow the flavors to simmer low for 3 minutes. Serve it over cooked rice and garnish it with cashews. Heating the oil and then adding the spices separately and mixing together is a process that's often used in Ayurvedic cooking. It's called vagar. So the process of vagar is the Ayurvedic method of heating oil safely, adding 7 spices for 7 tissues separately, and stirring them together to add the flavors and medicinal values to food. Banana curry provides that, as well as a flavorful celebratory meal. Now, Dr. Deb Kern offers the curry recipe that she learned from Nyoman on her Facebook page. You'll want to check that out too. Other uses of vagar follow as we exit lunch ideas and head toward the realm of the pauper, dinner, or supper if you prefer. It's best as the humblest and lightest of fares. Evening. Eaten before sundown while still having digestive fire, Ayurveda recommends eating 12 hours before I want to awaken for my morning practice. I begin my Practice sessions generally at 5 a.m. So that means that I eat my last meal at 5 p.m. Kichari. This is a favorite fasting food as it's cleansing and requires very little digestive fire. 1 teaspoon of olive oil. 1/4 teaspoon each of mustard seed, coriander, fenugreek, sesame seeds, fennel, and powdered ginger. A 1/2 teaspoon cumin. 2 or more cloves garlic, depending on your taste. 1 chopped onion. 1 cup yellow lentils. A 1/2 cup chopped carrots. A handful of chopped cilantro, reserving some for garnish. Cooked rice. Salt to taste. Now first let's make the vagar. Heat the oil over medium heat. Add the 7 spices for 7 tissues, such as mustard seed, fenugreek, coriander, sesame seeds, cumin, fennel seed, and ginger in small piles. Heat until a seed pops. Reduce the heat. Add a couple of cloves of garlic, smashed or minced, and chopped onions. Whomp it together. Simmer until translucent. Add the yellow lentils. Stir to coat the lentils with the vagar. Whomp in some chopped carrots. Cook 20 minutes on low heat until the lentils have disintegrated. Toss in a handful of chopped cilantro. Serve it over cooked rice. Garnish with more chopped cilantro. Tempeh. This protein-rich, enzymatic whole food is a staple of the Balinese diet. I love it prepared in many ways. Simple sliced or cubed. I'll add it to vagar and toss lightly over medium heat until brown. Alternatively, simply sliced or cubed tempeh can then be tossed in a brown bag with the olive oil and the 7 spices for 7 tissues and bake it in a low oven under 118 degrees for at least a couple of hours. Serve it with soy sauce. Most prefer it with rice. I prefer it with a fresh salad. Now to make tempeh penyet or tofu penyet, you'll need 1 pot of boiling water, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 inch raw turmeric, grated. You can use the leftovers from your jamu recipe earlier. And 4 or 5 cloves of garlic, 1 pound of tempeh or tofu sliced, and then soy sauce and or chili sauce for serving. Optionally, sliced cucumbers and tomatoes. So slice the tempeh as the water comes to boil with the salt, turmeric, and ginger. Add the tempeh or tofu to the water and simmer it for 45 minutes. Now remove the tempeh and drain it in a strainer. Heat skillet with a little oil or water and place the tempeh in it to start browning. Alternatively, you can place the tempeh or tofu in a toaster oven to toast it, reducing your oil intake. When slightly singed, serve with soy sauce and or some hot spicy chili sauce if you like. I like it best with a sliced cucumber and sliced tomato for little individual tempeh penyet sandwiches and a nice big fresh salad. Salad. The term means with salt. How much you add is up to you. 1 handful of fresh organic local greens of your choice, a 1/2 cup shredded carrots, sliced cucumber, sliced tomato, and strips of red pepper. Now these are my favorite with which to whomp up a salad. Use yours. Arrange it on your plate to please your eyes. Enjoy it plain or with dressing. Simple salad dressing recipe. 1/2 inch ginger scraped and shredded. 1 clove garlic, peeled and minced. 1/2 cup olive oil. 1/2 of a lemon or lime squeezed. Now whomp ingredients together, giving them at least 20 minutes for flavors to marry. Dress the salad, salting to your taste. I often garnish with nutritional yeast for the vegan approach to boosting my vitamin B12. Now the variations are endless, and here's a couple of my favorite substitutions. Swap out the olive oil for tahini, which is sesame seed butter. Add a little additional warm water to desired consistency. Additionally, instead of salting later, consider whomping a tablespoon of miso paste into the tahini dressing. Tahini miso dressing or tahini miso sauce can also be used as a dip or over noodles. Truly, you'll want to put that on anything, maybe just your finger. Or you can use tofu for a creamy dressing. 1/2 cup of tofu and whomp that in a blender with the rest of the ingredients. Miso again can be added to this base instead of salting it later. Fresh herbs of your preference are also welcome. I throw those into my salad whole and mixing them in a blender with the dressing you may prefer. Now here's an artistic depiction of one of my favorite dinners. You'll see the kichari on the left, tempeh pagnette sharing the plate with the salad on the right, with the cucumbers, tomato slices, and red pepper strips. Wraps. Now 1 large leaf of your favorite greens, salad dressing, and tempeh or tofu pagnette. Place the large green leaf open. Fill it with salad, the prepared tempeh or tofu. Dress with your dressing and wrap it up. Easy to take it on the go or enjoy a light bite with endless variations. Using a tortilla is a natural option, warmed a bit in the oven or stovetop, placing all remaining contents inside it and wrap it up. I love sunflower sprouts. Substitution of cashew cream for the tempeh or tofu. Whomp it up and enjoy. Now cashew cream or other nut cream is very easy to make. You'll want 1 cup of cashews, 1 cup of water, and a dash of salt. Soak the nuts overnight. Drain. Blend with just a little bit of water and a dash of salt to desired consistency, and it's already good. You can add favorite ingredients for flavor, such as Kalamata olives, or cilantro and lime, or sun-dried tomatoes and basil, for example. Grate in a wrap as a dressing, a dip, or a sauce. Now, treats. Dessert first is my motto. Following along with the Ayurvedic tradition, I love these no-bake cookies anytime. So mid-afternoon after a nap, maybe with some ginger tea. Others may want a little extra snack when first adjusting to the pauper's meal at the pre-dusk hour. Even for breakfast or elevensies, once you whomp up a batch of these, you'll find all kinds of occasions for them. No-bake cookies. 2 cups quick oats. 1 jar nut butter of your choice. Variations and suggestions follow. 1 cup raisins. 1/2 cup of water, depending on desired consistency. Now whomp together in a big bowl. Add a little water to desired consistency. Form it into balls. Depress with a thumb for thumbprint additions, or not, and serve as balls. Shape into bars for easy snacks on the go. Those are options. Then place in a freezer until firm. They're ready anytime after that with the briefest thaw time. Now, variations you'll see depicted are green tea chocolate thumbprints, peanut butter and jelly thumbprint, chocolate no bakes, almond butter no bakes, sunflower thumbprints with lemon curd. Now, these simple variations and more will come to you as you experiment with what's available and healthy and what wants to be whomped into a tasty treat. Green tea chocolate spread is dolloped into a no-bake base, into which I've added a couple of tablespoons of cocoa powder. Peanut butter is the base of the strawberry spread thumbprint. Naked no-bake stand alone, and I spiced it up with my favorite cinnamon and ginger. Almond butter is the base of this classic no-bake, which I then rolled in slivered almonds. Sunflower butter is the base of this lemon curd thumbprint. Playing with favorite flavors and textures and combinations will inspire you to whomp up your own assortment in no time. Now, pesto grits with olive thumbprints. The ease of whomping up the no-bake cookies inspired me to experiment with savory appetizers. With just a little bit of cooking, these tasty treats are likely to inspire further savory variations. This is what 1 cup quick grits, 1 cup hot water adjusting to your preference of desired whompability, a ½ teaspoon salt, 1 tablespoon fresh chopped basil, 2 cloves minced garlic, a ¼ cup nutritional yeast, and 1 can of whole pitted black olives. Heat water to near boil. Stir in all other ingredients except for the olives. Whomp. Form into balls when cooled. Then press an olive into the center using your thumb. Serve now or refrigerate until you intend to enjoy them. You can heat them briefly in a low oven to awaken the flavors. You may love it with a dip into salsa, your tofu dip, maybe some hummus. Other variations include using barley as your base, cooking the barley first with all the other ingredients, and maybe putting a thumbprint of some chopped mushrooms, period. Lots of other variations as far as our imagination will take us. I'm going to let you play with that more now.